Coming up on today's episode of AMA Drone Report. New AMA Museum feature, 1999 Draganflyer. FPV Fest at AMA this weekend. Drone betting? Yes, drone betting. Hi, I'm Bree Cross. Welcome to Airborne's AMA Drone Report on Aero-TV, a weekly news program covering the recreational drone world in partnership with the Academy of Model Aeronautics, one of the oldest and most respected aviation organizations in the world, with more than 195,000 members and 2,400 clubs across the country. It's never too late to start documenting history, even when it comes to the comparatively young topic of the hobby drone world. AMA's museum staff, who oversee what A&N and Jim Campbell calls one of the 7 wonders of the aeronautical world, is more than prepared to make sure that history is protected and has already reached out to start documenting the beginnings of the drone revolution. In the April 2017 issue of Model Aviation, the museum requested the donation of 3 Draganflyer products. Thankfully, one of them, the Draganflyer 1, dating from 1999, was donated by Daniel Super Dan Fletterly. This Draganflyer 1 has a great history. It was sold through Probatics of Texas and used for research purposes. Dan commented that it was a handful during flight, a statement evidenced by the many spots of glue, BASA supports, and replaced parts. The Draganflyer now takes its place among an amazing collection of the world of model aviation, possibly the best in the world. Check out AMA's tremendous museum efforts at modelaircraft.org/museum. And if you get the chance, be sure to visit the next time you're anywhere near AMA headquarters. Take our word for it, it's worth the trip. In the next Drone Minute, let's take a brief look at a few of the shorter stories that are making the rounds of the small UAS and hobby drone communities. On June 6th, AMA Government Relations and Public Affairs Director Chad Boudreau participated in a roundtable discussion in Washington, D.C. on self-regulation and economic growth in the UAS sector. At this event, AMA was joined by experts in the aerospace and aviation sectors, including representatives from Congress and government agencies. The thoughtful discussion focused on keeping our skies safe through self-regulation, which has already been validated as a successful approach through AMA. An employee of GetFPV.com has been arrested and charged with stealing over $100,000 in new parts from his employer and selling them to area pawnbrokers. The employee had been an inventory manager for the company. According to court documents, he has been charged with 89 counts of theft, 44 counts of dealing in stolen property, 44 counts of providing false ownership of pawned items, and 1 count of grand larceny over $100,000. In another case where federal preemption seems to be ignored, drone pilots in Garfield, New Jersey are facing one of the most restrictive local ordinances we've heard of in quite some time. The city is working on regulations that would ban hobby drone operators from flying anywhere except over their own property. Flying above any public space, park, road, or government building would be prohibited, which the city claims will protect privacy and due to safety concerns. As you may be aware, AMA Drone Report is part of the Aero-News Network's many news offerings that cover all aspects of aviation and aerospace. We're starting a search for an additional news editor, especially one with unmanned technology expertise, as well as a sales and marketing staffer to support our many news and feature programs. For more information, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. That was our Drone Minute. Now back to the rest of the news. Here's a great excuse to get out of the house, but I don't think A&N's going to give me the time off. FPV pilots are invited to join in on the fun with Ready Made RC at the AMA headquarters in Muncie, Indiana this weekend, June 16th through the 18th. If you're familiar with the wonderful facility the AMA has to offer modelers, you know they mean business when they say they're taking over the big flying field at Site 4. This event is open to pretty much anything FPV with a goal of fun in mind. To keep us entertained, announcing at this event will be provided by Joe Scully. Please note that entry fees support the AMA Foundation, that spectators' admission is free, and that pilot admission even includes an event t-shirt, though it's first come, first serve for shirt sizes. The event is limited to the first 75 pilot entries only, and AMA membership is required for all flyers. For directions, hotel, and food information, check out modelaircraft.org/maphotel. Drone racing popularity is reaching new heights, and now you can bet on the outcome. The Drone Racing League pioneered a new partnership with Betfair to offer race betting at the final race of the Alliance World Championship. The championship race was the UK's first professional drone race, featuring 6 of the world's greatest FPV pilots. The championship race was also the first DRL event open to spectators. Quote, "Drone racing is a sport made for betting," said DRL CEO founder Nicholas Horobeski. It combines the raw thrill of short-track racing with the complexity and strategy of motorsports. The Alliance World Championship race will be the first time a live audience will see the thrill of professional drone racing up close, and the inclusion of betting will make it that much more exciting for fans. Betting on site focused on 2 bets, including individual heat winners for each of the 7 heats, as well as the overall winner of the Alliance World Championship, and spectators were able to bet on the racing with the Betfair Sportsbook app. The 2017 Drone Racing League season will broadcast in more than 75 countries. DRL's 2016 season reached more than 75 million fans around the world. Well, that's our program for this week. In addition to this program, our daily Airborne Limited episodes covering the entire aviation and aerospace world are streamed Monday through Friday. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and tweet us. Get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net, and more information on the exciting hobby drone world at modelaircraft.org. We'll see you next week.